Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. Now, I thought tonight's show was pretty boring. There's some boring matches here, except for the women's Money in the Bank match. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty boring show. But let's get on with the review. The show opened with Daniel Bryan coming out, saying to the crowd that he's proud of the women's revolution, and he says that there are two women's matches tonight. The first one will be Naomi versus Lana for the women's title, the rematch, the Money in the Bank rematch, and also the women's Money in the Bank match, the sort of rematch. And then we have Carmella and James Ellsworth coming out. Carmella tells Daniel that she got tricked for her Money in the Bank briefcase being taken away. She ends up complaining about it to him. Say because the fans all tweeted Daniel Bryan saying, "Oh, it's not fair that James Ellsworth climbed up the ladder and retrieved the Money in the Bank briefcase and then just dropped the briefcase down to Carmella." And the fans were complaining to him all about it. She was upset about it. Complaining about it to Daniel Bryan. Then Daniel says to the crowd that if he should cancel the Money in the Bank match and hand the briefcase just like that to Carmella, and the crowd boos. And then he makes the crowd really cheer, saying that if they want to see the women's Money in the Bank rematch tonight, and they're all loving that. Then we have Ellsworth gets on the mic, saying that the crowd makes him sick, and that the crowd controls Daniel. And Ellsworth says to Daniel that he's pathetic, just like the crowd. He calls Daniel a coward, saying that he has a fake injury. And Daniel Bryan gets face to face with Ellsworth. Daniel then says to Ellsworth that he's banning him from the arena tonight. The security then comes out, and he's holding, and James Ellsworth is holding on to the ropes so the security won't drag him out. And he starts running away, and it's failing because the security is trying to get him and pick him up and take him out of the arena. And pretty much that's basically what the opening segment was. It was okay. Okay opening segment. Not good or great or anything. Then we have the first match. It was the Usos versus the Hype Bros. Zack, Ryder, and Mojo Rowley. Pretty boring match. It was just back and forth between both of them. Went to a commercial. And how SmackDown Live always has the commercial plan. Then we see on the left side of the screen, the match continuing. And then it comes back from commercial, and then it's just one of the Usos kicked. I think it was Zack Ryder, scored the win, and pretty much that's basically it. It comes back from commercial, then one of the Usos pins them, and the match is over. I'm like, wow, really? I'm like, that wasn't even a match. It was maybe 5-6 minutes worth of the match. It goes to commercial, comes back, and then the match is already over after the commercial. But then after the match, you had the New Day coming out, saying to the Usos that they are proud that they won the match against the Hype Bros, and that they didn't run away from the match. Big E says to the Usos that at Battleground, they are coming for the titles. The Usos then accept their challenge, and they say to the New Day that they're just going to whoop them again at Battleground. So yeah, so now it's the Usos versus the New Day once again for the titles at Battleground. So who knows? Maybe the Usos are going to retain the titles there. But who knows? Then after that, we had the Fashion Vice segment promo with Breezango and the Ascension. It's just boring. as usual. I know a lot of people love these promos with Breezango, but to me, I just can't get into them. I find them pretty boring, pretty stupid. So, and then after that we had Naomi versus Lana for the SmackDown Women's title. Pretty shitty match. It's just at the beginning of the match, you just had Lana just beating the hell out of Naomi, trying to take down the champion, and then just Naomi just comes back and starts taking out Lana, and then it was just Naomi win the match, retain the SmackDown Women's title with the split-legged moonsault on Lana. So, and they're doing this whole thing with Lana, like they're trying to make her the next Eva Marie, which I say Lana is much better, much better looking than Eva Marie when she was still with the company. But Lana's much more attractive than Eva Marie, in my opinion. But anyways, it was a shitty match. And then after that we had Becky Lynch being interviewed about going into the rematch, going into the Money in the Bank rematch tonight. And she says that she has a fair chance to win the Money in the Bank contract. It was a short little interview. And then we had Aiden English in the ring, out there, boring us with his singing. Then Randy Orton comes out. Thank God that Randy Orton came out, because that would have been really painful to sit through with Aiden English singing. So Randy Orton comes out, and it went to commercial. SmackDown comes back from commercial. We see Randy Orton just sitting in the ring, sitting in the center of the ring, and showed a clip that from what happened during the commercial break. Aiden English was still in the ring, and then just Randy Orton just RKO'd Aiden English during the commercial. Randy Orton says that he's not going to leave the ring until he gets what he wants, and he says he tore into the champion of Jinder, tore into Jinder Mahal last week, and he says that he wants a rematch for the WWE title against Jinder, and he says if he doesn't get a rematch, he's going to beat the holy hell out of Jinder really bad. Shane McMahon ends up coming out saying that he just doesn't want Orton, beating the crazy hell out of Jinder. Orton tells Shane to put him in a match for the WWE title, and Shane gives Orton his rematch, and it's going to happen at Battleground. And he also says to Orton that a stipulation is involved with that, and he tells Orton that Jinder will be the one to pick that stipulation. And it was predictable, because Jinder Mahal ends up coming out saying to Orton that he's not worthy of a rematch, and he then announces the stipulation, and he will take on Orton in a Punjabi prison match at Battleground, which was very predictable because it was announced in an article saying that they were going to bring back the Punjabi prison match at Battleground. So sorry about that, but I was saying, it was stated in articles that they said that they were going to bring back the Punjabi prison match at Battleground, and Jinder and Orton were going to, face to face in that match. We're going to be face to face in that match, and it's been 10 years since we last seen a Punjabi prison match, but that's going to be pretty good to see at Battleground. So yeah, so all in all, it was a pretty decent segment. With Orton and Shane. I'm really happy that they're bringing back the Punjabi prison match. And then AJ Styles. After that, we had AJ Styles come in to Daniel Bryan's office. He tells Daniel about Kevin Owens having an open challenge for the U.S. title. And then Kevin Owens ends up coming in and says the open challenge is for people that he hasn't beat. And Owens calls Styles a loser. Daniel says that next week they're going to have, since next week SmackDown lands on, 4th of July, Independence Day. And Daniel says that next week they're going to have a Independence Day Battle Royal. And AJ Styles will be in the match in the Battle Royal. And the winner of that Battle Royal will get to face Kevin Owens for the United States title. So that's going to be pretty good. Already, next week's show already sounds better than tonight's show that we saw. Then we had Maria and Mike Kanellis come out. They were going to say something, but they got interrupted by Sami Zayn coming out, which pretty much, I think Mike Kanellis is going to have his first feud with Sami Zayn. But that's what pretty much probably is going to happen since Sami Zayn interrupted both of them. And eventually led to the match, Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. Okay, not great though, but it was back and forth between Corbin and Sami. Corbin ended up getting the win with the end of days on Sami Zayn to score the win. It was really nothing. It was just okay match. Then during the match, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura watching the match. Then after the match was over, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura. He was being interviewed about him ever having a one-on-one match with Baron Corbin. He says that Corbin should be afraid of him, and he walks off. So it was a short little interview with Shinsuke Nakamura. Then it was the main event, which was the Women's Money in the Bank match, the rematch. The first time ever that on SmackDown that a Women's Money in the Bank was taking place. And I gotta say, this match was probably the best match of the night. It was probably the only best match of the night tonight. It was just very entertaining. It was way better than the match that they had at Money in the Bank. So it was way better than the match that they had at Money in the Bank, the Women's Money in the Bank match, where it was just Ellsworth just climbing the ladder, retrieving the briefcase and then just dropping it to Carmella. This time they actually did it right. It's just back and forth between all the women in this match. We had Carmella. It was the women who were in the Money in the Bank. Carmella, Becky Lynch, Tamina, Natalya, and Charlotte. And it was just a really awesome. It was just a really awesome Women's Money in the Bank match. Back and forth between these women. You had going back and forth between them. You had a few times where Carmella was trying to actually climb the ladder, and they were just all the women there were just taking her down. And then at the end, you had Ellsworth coming back into the arena, and he was trying to climb up the ladder. A repeat of what happened at Money in the Bank. He was climbing up the ladder, and then Becky Lynch ended up making the save. She pushed the ladder off. Ellsworth fell on the top rope onto his he hit his groin on the top rope, and then just ended up falling out of the ring. That was really funny, and it looked like they were going to give Becky the chance to retrieve the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Carmella just came in, just beat up Becky. Carmella had a steel chair. She hit Becky with it, and it gave the chance for Carmella to climb the ladder and retrieve once again the Money in the Bank, the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase. And so I even knew that Carmella was gonna re-win the briefcase, because I was like, because I said she's probably gonna win the match again and retrieve the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I was right. So, but yeah, Carmella is the first ever Women's Money in the Bank briefcase winner in a Women's Money in the Bank match. So that's really cool, and it was done, properly this time. She just went up there, retrieved the briefcase, not have Ellsworth once again go up there and retrieve it. So, but yeah, I'm really happy for Carmella. Now she will face Naomi at any time. Anytime she wants to cash in the briefcase at any point. So that's gonna be really cool. Happy, like I said, I'm happy for Carmella that she got this shot. So, but yeah, it was an awesome Women's Money in the Bank match. Much better than the match that we got at Money in the Bank. So, but yeah. So, anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned tomorrow night for my Lucha Underground review. Of course, the Cueto Cup tournament is still going on, so really happy to see what they will bring us tomorrow on Lucha Underground. I'm really really pumped up for it. Like every Wednesday night, I'm really pumped up to see Lucha Underground because it's just really awesome. Love it a lot. So, but yeah. So, anyways, that's it for like I said, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until tomorrow night, until my Lucha Underground review, I'll see you all later.